wizard.
Buds 2 Pro. Sag hi zu Hi-Fi Audio. Das ist dein Spot, kleiner aber oh. Samsung Galaxy Buds 2 Pro. Buds 2 Pro. Sag hi zu Hi-Fi Audio. Das ist dein Spot, kleiner aber oh. Samsung Galaxy Buds 2 Pro.
You're a wizard.
Guten Abend, Leute. Ja, noch hat die Übertragung nicht gestartet. Bin gespannt. Oh, 5 Minuten Countdown kommt gerade. Ja, dann sind wir selber zu früh dran. Ich schalte den neutralen Bildschirm aus und lasse den Timer mitlaufen. So, ich habe irgendwie etwas gehört, gelesen, dass das Spiel verschoben sein soll. Habt ihr das auch mitbekommen? Sowas wollte ich eigentlich nicht hören. Ach ja, übrigens, ich bin nicht alleine. Ich unterhalte mich nicht mit mir selbst. Mein Kollege, der Moin, ist da. Heute Hogwarts, Just Gaming, Grüße, ja. Heute gibt es doch diesen neuen Gameplay Showcase 2. Und da bin ich sehr neugierig drauf. Allerdings habe ich irgendwas Böses gehört gestern, dass die Hogwarts Legacy schon wieder verschieben wollen. Die Schweinebacken. Aber so wie es ausschaut, eventuell sogar nur für die PS4 und Xbox One. Oh. Das ist schon Performance alte Generation. Wer sagt, dass mein Stream keinen Sound abspielt? Moin. Also mein Stream spielt Sound ab. Ach so, Sound Alerts, ja, okay. Das weiß ich jetzt nicht, Moin, aber die Übertragungssound tut er, ne? Okay, Just Gaming hat's auch gehört. Siehst du? Ja, die Sound Alerts kommen aber tatsächlich nicht. Die kommen aber aus Streamlabs nicht. Warum kommen die nicht an? Halt, jetzt kommt was. Es könnte sein, dass der Game Sound jetzt lauter war als dein S-Nix. Just Gaming? Bist du wohl auch... Moin, moin, moin. Haben nur Verzögerungen as fuck. Ja, okay, interessant. Komisch. Just Gaming, wie schaut's mit dir aus? Wartest du wohl auch auf Hogwarts Legacy? Möchtest du das auch spielen, wenn es rauskommt? Ja, perfekt, dann können wir dich ja raiden. Just Gaming, das ist ja fast perfekt. Du kennst noch nichts von dem Game, es ist Hogwarts, es ist Harry Potter, Just Gaming. Also echt. Was ist denn da los? Hogwarts, es ist Harry Potter. Ja, dann kannst du jetzt dann gleich mal reinschnüffeln, die Minute wird ganz interessant werden. Und dann schauen wir mal, was das wird. Ich weiß jetzt nicht, ob viele Leute mit zuschauen werden. Wahrscheinlich nicht, die Hölle jetzt. Also ein sehr kurzfristiger Stream war. Und das Thema wahrscheinlich so halb interessant ist. Und, moin, ich sehe, wir haben die falsche Kategorie. Was ist denn los hier? Viertel nach 8 stimmt auch nicht, aber egal. Wer ist Harry Potter? Keine Ahnung. Der kommt irgendwo aus dem Norden, habe ich gehört. Das solltest du doch kennen dann, oder? So, ich bin heute mal so unverschämt und gönn mir mein Abendessen. Oh. Oh, es geht los, es geht los. Passt der Sound oder ist es euch zu laut? Sehr gut. Sehr gut. So.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Hogwarts Legacy Gameplay Showcase. I'm Chandler Wood, Community Manager here at Avalanche
Slytherin.
Software, and I'm honored to introduce you to our panel today. First up, we have community guest
Wollen wir mit
host Ben
Untertitel
Snow.
machen?
Oh my god, I can't believe this is happening. Thank you so much for having me.
Wir machen
And
mal die
from the
deutschen
Avalanche
Untertitel
team,
rein.
we have game director Alan Tu
Hello, everybody.
and systems designer Mackenzie Toner.
Hi.
And finally, just off screen capturing gameplay for us, Andrew Corum.
Ich bin ja gespannt, wie
Today we'll
schlecht
be
diese
giving you a taste
Übersetzungen
of the
sind.
open world via broom flight, a deeper look at combat using the Dark Arts Battle Arena, and a look at your personalizable home within Hogwarts, the Room of Requirement, where we may even see some
Eigentlich, das habe ich gar nicht gewusst, dass wir seinen eigenen
And we're
Raum
starting
einrichten
right where we
kann.
left off in our last gameplay showcase, just outside Hogwarts, which I love that you can walk out of the castle after walking through everything, and then just come out here and take off on your broom out into the open world. And Alan, I know that's something that you particularly like about Hogwarts Legacy too.
Yeah, I'm
Also die Grafik
I'm a
ist jetzt
big
schon
fan of
ansprechend,
just
oder?
being
Was
able
meint
to
ihr?
Hop on the broom and go anywhere. There's something about kind of like the sensation of everything being open to you, and just
Ooh.
I love the proximity that I can get to things. I love flying close to the ground, and I kind of wanted to talk about it just because I feel like you know, the brooms are fun for me, not just
Komplette
because
Open
of
World.
all those feelings of
Du
exhilaration.
kannst mit deinem Besen
but
überall hin.
because they're not just I have a broom and it's done. I actually kind of like some of the mechanics in it. So you see in the lower right, there's a meter there, and occasionally as Andrew's kind of flying
Eine
up,
Leiste für
flying
hoch und
down,
runter, wie
you might
hoch man
notice
kann.
it draining or not. And this isn't the present day where all the broom technology is well known and advanced and everything that we know and love. This is an earlier time where they're still trying to figure out, you know, we're not at the 3,000
so.
yet, we're at the 11. So.
Oh my goodness, I'm just so speechless right now because this is just so beautiful. The world just looks so. By the way, the broom is
Naja.
like the only one, or can you like upgrade that broom to go faster?
Aber schau mal, wie viel Gedanken die sich gemacht haben, dass das Besenfliegen vor der Zeit anders war als das Besenfliegen in Harry Potter.
That the player could customize themselves based on their own aesthetic. So they're purely cosmetic, but if you talk to the shopkeep and help him out, he'll actually sell upgrades.
Yeah, and those upgrades will make it so that where normally the broom you can only fly, you can only go at max speed. It's called the
Maximale
turbo meter down
Turboanzeige.
there. You can only go at max speed without the meter going down.
Oh, ein
kind of
Besen mit
close to the
Lachgas
ground. As you
sozusagen.
raise into the air, you'll notice the meter drop. And so those upgrades will allow you to increase that distance from the ground. And the broom owner at the sporting goods store in
Ach so, du bist
Hogsmeade
limitiert,
is
wie
trying
hoch
to
du steigen
perfect the
kannst,
broom and get
beziehungsweise
better
wie lang
at
du
it
hochsteigen
and know
kannst.
it better, and you can participate
Oh,
that
sorry.
and get better and better brooms through that.
And I love that mechanic encourages you to actually explore the world and kind of stay close to the ground. It's not just a travel mechanic, point A to point B. You're not just flying.
Erinnert die
high over
Grafik
everything,
etwas an
although
Red Dead
beautiful,
Temptation
something I
oder
really
täuscht
love
mich
doing,
das?
but as well, there's lots to explore on the ground, and so kind of keeping you down at the ground level.
And to me, it feels like it's got this kind of surfing vibe over the.
Oh
over
my
the
god, like
thing.
I'm just like I want to snatch the controller from Andrew right now because I want to go to the mountaintop, I want to go to that forest and to that hamlet, or well I don't know, that's how it's called. I think that's what it is.
No, it's awesome. We're actually gonna.
Muss ich
land
mal
here, and
aufpassen,
I
wenn der
feel
irgendwo durch den
I
Busch
feel like that you
durchfliegt,
call
wie du
it a
sagst.
hamlet is just perfect, just because
Oder
that's what we
durchläuft.
refer to it as. And so we all know from lore that Hogsmeade is the only all wizarding village within Britain. But we wanted other opportunities to kind of meet other characters out here and to kind of populate the landscape, so it's not just kind of, you know, barren as you leave out this direction and that direction. And so we just imagine these different dwellings, these different smaller locations that wizards might live in out in the
Ja, schau
Scottish
mal.
Highlands. And so it's those, and
Der
so we
Hut.
refer to those as hamlets, and they're opportunities to learn those wizard stories, how those different locations have kind of like learned to live, what their relationships are with characters at Hogsmeade and Hogwarts. And so they're both quest
Schauen irgendwie aus wie
opportunities
so
out here
Hog-
and a
so-
chance
so
to kind of get to
Hobbit-Behausungen.
know more of the area, even beyond Hogwarts and Hogsmeade that we've already experienced. And you also notice
Hogsmeade.
on the minimap like lots of little icons, and each one of those represent gameplay in the hamlets that you can participate in. You know, whether it's a vendor or different puzzles and challenges or different secrets that exist. Each one of those icons are different opportunities for gameplay. And you'll notice that same thing as we venture out into the open world as well. So when you go out into the open world
Scheint
and
so
you
eine Art
see
Laden zu
those
sein.
icons, whether they're on the minimap or on your map or off in the distance, those things are opportunities to say, like, I want to increase my inventory capacity. They're
Aber merkst du, wie
puzzles
sie mit den
left behind
Farben
by
so
old
einen
wizards, you know, that you can
künstlichen
solve that actually grants you those,
Alterungseffekt
if you
erschaffen?
see ruins off in the-
So getreu
off
dem
in the
Motto,
distance and
man
you
spielt
visit
in der
them, you can find
Vergangenheit, deswegen
opportunities
alles
to actually
etwas
expand and learn about your ancient magic.
flacher von den
And
Farben her.
as you kind of encounter different enemies dotted on the landscape, sometimes those characters, poachers or dark wizards, might be hoarding different magical resources that are valuable to you as you're playing the game. So each one has kind of like a way to connect to our gameplay loops and provide different opportunities that just kind of reward you for poking around.
I mean, I right away want to just cover all of those points on the map just by going over there.
Well, we've flown on a broom already, but there is something that we haven't done so far, and that
Genau.
is getting
So,
on
so
our
ein ganz
flying mount.
leichter
We're
Sepia-Filter.
gonna
Jetzt hast du es
hop on our
gesagt.
Onyx
Das trifft es am
Hippogriff here.
besten.
The
Ne?
Onyx Hippogriff is our pre-order bonus.
Oh my god, there he just
Ooh.
like pops out of the bag. Oh wait, you can use it as a horsey? I mean, a horse? I mean, that is a horse?
Yeah, as a hippogriff, you can totally ride it like a ground mount, and you can lift off into the air. And we try to make sure that each
Das ist aber schon
of
stark.
those interactions, so the broom's really good at reaching that top speed, at kind of traveling the world as quickly as possible. But sometimes it's really nice to get on the hippogriff because of that ground speed.
Also
or
angeblich
those
kannst du
transitions,
alles, was du sehen
and
kannst, kannst
sometimes
du
it
auch
just feels
erreichen, auf
amazing
irgendeine
just
Art.
to be riding around on a hippogriff.
Es gibt keine Hintergrundgrafik
Yeah,
in dem Game, heißt es,
it
sondern
really
es
is
ist
kinda
alles,
like,
die Berge
I
sind
don't know, it's a
wirklich
great
massiv
feeling
und sind
being
auch
on it, and it's a great
erreichbar.
feeling managing those transitions, kind of going
Wie
from
das
run to
funktionieren
fly
soll.
and just being able to go wherever you want. And we tried to make sure that each one of these things that you can interact with have a unique identity and a reason for being.
Es wird matschig zu den Seiten raus. Das soll so eine Art Bewegungseffekt, glaube ich, darstellen. Aber das kann man mit Sicherheit ein- und ausschalten.
Anywhere you go, there are regions that are like locked from you.
Yeah,
or
as soon
like-
as you, there's kind of a moment where the world kind of opens up to you outside of Hogwarts as a student, and right from that moment, early on
Ja.
in the game, you
Links
can
und
go wherever
rechts
you want.
so
And
eine Art
you might find more difficult challenges in different areas.
Blow-Effekt.
And you'll see different spots as Andrew's moving around, like you mentioned, the swamp. But there, we have got like a coast, and we've got different types of environments out in the world just to kind of pepper your experience.
Also Moin
with
kannst dich schon
different
dran
points,
gewöhnen,
keep it
sobald dieses
fresh.
Game heraus
All
ist,
those
ne,
things exist as well.
werden wir das in ein paar Wochen lang sehen.
I love that windmill. It's like so rustic. Like I keep forgetting that this is like 1800s. The Wizarding World we've never really seen before. Like it feels so authentic. Like it's part of it.
Yeah, I love this vista too, and I'm gonna have Andrew stop here. We're gonna use a bit of dev magic to change the seasons. Actually, I want you to see what this world looks like, covered in snow.
Yes.
Aber die muss man nicht füttern.
Yes, please. I love snow.
That's all I want.
Oh, wavy.
Die Tüten sind sass.
This is so beautiful.
Please
Oh
waiting.
my God.
Entering dev commands.
This is so pretty. Like it looks so realistic. Oh my god, it changes the landscape like completely.
Ach, die haben jetzt eine
Oh
Winterlandschaft
my God.
draus
Does it
gemacht.
have like actual like gameplay impact? Like impact on the gameplay? Or does it like it's just the weather of Scotland?
Yeah, we really use it as a narrative marker through the game. So as you're progressing through your main storyline, it was important for us to kind of like have those moments that kind of felt like when you're reading the books or watching the movies where, you know, you'll see kind of like the title card winter.
Oh, schau mal.
And now the landscape has changed.
Ach,
and-
das
and
sollen
you're
jetzt
really
diese
feeling that passage of time
Ballons
while
sein
you're
für das
a student,
Besenrennen,
you
das
know,
man machen
going
kann.
through your year at Hogwarts. And I think we wanted to duplicate that.
Die Mission
And
von dem
for me,
Game,
it's
meinst
really
du?
fun that it's not just on the outside, which
Oder
I think it
was
looks
wir gerade
really
spielen.
beautiful. But within the
Also du
story
erlebst
as
halt die
well.
Geschichte
So
von
there are
diesem
moments
Schüler,
like when
der
we visit
verspätet in
holidays,
Hogwarts
things like that,
also
where
angekommen
Hogsmeade,
ist.
reacts
my
to
God.
holidays and
Und dann gibt es eine
all
große
that
Verschwörung der
stories and
bösen Trolle.
expectations around those environments change. That really helped just kind of make me feel like I'm there.
Und du musst praktisch deine
And
Jahre
it's
da
not just,
überstehen und
it's
was
not just,
Böse
you know,
abwenden.
for the seasons, those kind of vibe things. Like we have a
Es
day-night
spielt
cycle,
weit vor der
and
Harry
day-night
Potter Zeit.
cycle,
Ich glaube,
even though
knapp
similarly,
300
it's
Jahre
like
vor
the
Harry
vibe
Potter.
when you go into Hogsmeade in the evening, there's less
Oder
characters
200
there.
Jahre?
Around the school, you'll notice it kind of dies down and quiets down. Just
Oh,
when there's
right,
just
yeah.
candlelight.
Auf jeden Fall ist deutlich vor Harry Potter.
Through the halls.
Da hat noch kein Mensch an
But
Harry
in
Potter
that
gedacht.
day-night cycle is where we've kind of placed a few items where, you know, whether or not you can collect them or whether or not you can interact with them that are a little bit restricted by the day-night cycle.
And I love Andrew's flying up here, really high up on the hippogriff. and we're just looking at this view of Hogwarts in the distance. It's just absolutely beautiful. It's part of what I love most about
Also
flying around in this game. Whether it's
das
on
ist schon wirklich
Hippogriff
gigantisch
or
groß und du
along
hast es
the
gesehen, es gibt
No,
keine
you talk about
Nachladeeffekte,
where
keine
things that you can
Zonen.
see in the distance, and that's
Das
one
ist
I-
wirklich komplett Open
I
World.
still can't get over, like, no matter, I played this so much, but I still can't get over the fact that I can see Hogwarts out there, and there's just something beautiful about knowing that all of the things inside of it, the classrooms, the students, the professors, all the places I can go, I can just fly my hippogriff, land in the courtyard, enter the front doors, and just walk, to the library, to class, or to greenhouse, or to my common room. That it's all contiguous and just kind of like one space is still exciting to me after all this.
I mean, I'm just I'm speechless right now. It's just absolutely beautiful. It's just oh my god.
As much as we want to spend a lot more time
Du
out
darfst
here
gerne bei mir
flying
zuschauen.
around, experiencing the world, I think this is a great
Ich werde es am 10.
opportunity to switch over to
Februar
combat.
mit
And last time we
absolut
gave you kind of
hundertprozentiger
an
Sicherheit
intro
spielen.
to combat. This time we're going to really go a lot more of a deep dive on using the Dark Arts Battle Arena, which is part of our deluxe edition. All right, Andrew's got us in the Forbidden Forest, which is where the Dark Arts Battle Arena is, which is part of the Deluxe and Digital Deluxe Edition. I love the way that the Dark Arts Battle Arena is actually part of the world. It's integrated
Das
into the
Premium-Paket,
world,
ja.
so your
Genau, moin.
experience is more immersive than just
Die
choosing an
Deluxe
option
Edition.
from the main menu
Für
of the game or
78 Stunden
something like
vorher.
that.
Reason to go to the Forbidden Forest.
Exactly. There are many reasons to go to the Forbidden Forest. But,
Ach ja, Just
he's
Gaming,
also wearing the Dark Arts
du bist da
Cosmetics
frei im Wahl deines Hauses, ne? Also
Here he's
du
pulling
kannst
out
diesen
Thestral,
4 berühmten Häusern
part of
beitreten
that Dark Arts pack
und du
for
kannst auch
Deluxe
alle
and
Zauber
Digital
ausführen. Das
Deluxe
heißt,
Edition. So we're going full
damals
Dark
konntest du
Arts
aber auch noch die
here.
verbotenen Zauber ausführen.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Die waren damals anscheinend
I
noch
like
nicht so
this,
verboten.
this battle arena. It is a great place to show off
Hat aber anscheinend Einfluss auf dein Ansehen.
interesting abilities for you and allows you to really play around with combat in a deep way.
And is this like the only arena like this in the game where you can like practice? And
Yeah,
do-
so in the base game we have 2 combat arenas normally, and so everyone has access to those. And each of the combat arenas are an opportunity to kind of just go through a difficult combat challenge, fight through multiple waves in order to
Ja,
earn
Zodi, grüß dich, hi.
a different cosmetic for your character. And add that to
Wahrscheinlich,
your
moin,
collection.
wahrscheinlich ist man
In the
dann...
case of the
dunkler
that's no different
Zauberer.
than the Dark Arts Battle Arena. That's
Du
also
wohnst schon
true,
in deinem Haus.
the combat arena.
Zodi, kann man dich
But,
mit so einem Game dann begeistern später mal?
One of the things that we're excited
Hogwarts?
about in
Oder
the Dark Arts
sagst du,
Battle Arena that people
oh
can do
nein.
is you come in preloaded with different abilities. So the unforgivable curses are something that everyone's going to have access to through the base game and going to be able to earn, and they can make choices in order to kind of like add that to their repertoire, and they can also commit to that down with certain talents and things like that.
Was ist das jetzt?
When you play the Dark Arts Combat Arena, you actually have access to all those things.
Andrew is
as kind of
setting
like
up
a way
his
to test
spell.
them all.
Sorry, no peeking.
And so it's a
Das
chance
darf
to
man
kind
nicht
of
sehen.
like tour
Aha.
and play with the Dark Arts and decide whether or not that is a path that you kind of want to go down.
Ja, da erzählt es gerade.
But yeah, everyone has the same ability to explore the Dark Arts. This is just kind of like a way of previewing.
And again, a great place for us to show off combat in general.
Oh, Zodi, das werde ich sowas von
jump in
streamen.
here. Andrew's gonna start battling, and we can start talking about.
Hier ist ja bloß wichtig, dass ich verkacke und das werde ich mit Sicherheit schaffen.
Oh, they just about the cadavers right away. Oh my god.
We're starting off strong.
Oh my god.
Starting off strong.
Was that Kujio? Oh my god. That's so cool.
Yeah, so that you'll notice right away, like when we used Avada Kedavra, that guy's health bar went from instant to 0, and we really are trying to honor the way Avada Kedavra works in the game, even in some pretty extreme situations.
Ja, Dana, grüß dich, hi.
You'll notice that like the meter takes up a lot longer to
Yeah, a little
kind of
cooldown.
build up as a way to kind of deal
Interessant.
with its extreme
Dana und
powers.
Zodi sind fast zeitgleich erschienen. Merkt ihr das?
Some ways that we'll probably talk about to adjust that. But I don't know. I don't know if there are things on the screen that you just have questions about.
Well, like I see like little blue things popping from
Yeah.
the enemies. Also, like that.
Dana, das Spiel, das du hier siehst, das werden wir uns ab 10. Februar länger geben.
I don't know if that's how it's called
Yeah.
in the game.
So the community is astute. So on the development
Wer hat wen
side
angesteckt,
and
moin?
player facing in the game, we reference that as your ancient magic meter.
Oh, so it is ancient magic.
That is, yeah. So as your
Ich muss nicht so-
abilities in the game keep growing and you become exposed to some of the secrets about your own kind of mystery and your own
Naja,
abilities,
moin, naja.
you start unlocking new powers. So one of those powers you'll see that are
Moin, Dana, grüß dich.
throughout the game That's an ancient magic throw, we call it, that allows you to kind of like draw an object to you.
Knuddel doch mal die Dana, moin.
Okay.
But whenever you see the R1 or the L1 plus R1 appear over somebody's head, that's an ability to cast a very devastating.
Das ist jetzt so ein Zusatz, den man kriegt fürs Vorbestellen, diese Kutte der dunklen Künste.
And the way that manifests
Todesser.
itself depends on the type of enemy that you're fighting. And you'll see a wide variety of enemies in here that are pressuring the player in different ways. You'll notice there's abilities that kind of bubble up under the player as he's fighting.
Und wieder knuddeln sich alle.
And there's different ways that we want the player to kind of move around on the battlefield. And that's actually a good link to the Ancient Magic meter in general. And the reason why I say that is because...
Da siehst du Just Gaming, also diese kleinen Rolle da, die sind dann mehr oder weniger später der böse Hauptgegner. Du warst schneller, Zuri. Eindeutig.
Most effective base ways to build up that meter fast, that way you can launch these devastating attacks whenever you want to, is to actually perform combos. So you see that combo appearing, and it's almost like your emotions are building up, and then basically that builds up enough that you can attack someone. But as the combo meter builds up, at some point you
Ich bin ja gespannt, was für eine Einschätzung vom Alter das bekommt. Ich meine, die Darstellung von Gewalt ist schon ziemlich ausgeprägt, sage ich mal.
And it's another reason to move around on the battlefield. If you can go up and collect those things and suck them in, they give big jumps to that ancient magic meter as we're playing.
Deiner ist wichtiger.
About spells and magic here, but I think there's another
Dana sagt schon gar nichts mehr.
of combat, and that is the tools that you can bring to combat as well to kind of change the way you play. And I think Mackenzie knows a lot about what's going on with the plants and potions.
And so the
Minus
tools are
5,
really
meinst du?
interesting because they're basically like a prior investment. So you can bring the potions and the plants.
kann dir ehrlich gesagt gar nicht
that you grow in
sagen,
the room of requirement
was der
to
ausschlaggebende
combat,
Punkt ist, ob
to
Blut
essentially kind of
oder
help you,
die
defeat
Darstellung von
enemies
Gewalt
quicker and
alleine
more
der große Punkt sein
So
wird.
some of the tools that you'll see here are like the rock skin potion. So that is something that basically covers your skin in this like rocky material that reduces the incoming damage that you're receiving. So against big enemies,
Okay.
hard-hitting enemies like trolls,
Schüttet sich mal einen
that's super
Trank rein.
helpful.
Das zählt auch als Doping, oder?
The troll just collapsed from one of the kidnappers.
Obviously, we have the Wiggenwell potion as well. Which
Danke,
uses to
Dana,
help.
danke.
And then we have the focus
Fühl dich von mir
potion. So
gedrückt.
when Alan talks about having to balance Avada Kedavra with a long cooldown, because obviously it's an instant kill, one thing that you could do is brew a focus potion, and that will increase how
Mausrad.
quickly your cooldowns regain.
Right. Oh my god. There's just so much like versatility. Like in
Meinst du jetzt mein Gelaber oder deren Gelaber?
Right now, like he's just bouncing around the arena. He's like not, and the troll makes him move around too. It's like.
And I love that.
Ja, ich glaube auch, sie meint mich.
Yes, and so that's like when we're talking about the setup of the arena. You also have plants that you can fight with, and so we have things like the venomous
Kindergarten-Thema.
tentacula that you can put down, and it acts like a turret.
Zori, du bist halt ein Muggel.
Enemies around the battlefield.
That is so
Einfach
cool.
nur
This
ein
is like
Muggel.
a truly like Hufflepuffian way to approach the battle. Yes.
No, that was super important to us. So there were these like multiple ways, and so you can see there's a ton of different things that you can use. The Mandrake is one, so you can pull it out and it stuns with its like piercing cry these enemies in a radius.
And another thing I want to call out that we're seeing on the side of the screen here is these dueling feats, which I love because I love anything that prompts me to play a game in a different way, a unique way. I don't want to get stuck in my style, you know.
Also Dana, falls du mein Gelaber
So
meinst,
this is a way to,
das kann ich ausschalten. Aber denen ihrs leider nicht.
Spells, go for it. But we also want to have some things over here that may make you use certain plants or certain potions or block more or...
Yeah, we mentioned the field guide challenges in the prior stream, and the field guide challenges, this is the way that the field guide manifests like challenges for you to do in combat. And exactly.
Das ist aber doch ein relativ schnelles
We
Spiel.
just wanted a way to encourage players to explore the different systems, to help them decide, to just kind of practice with them and explore what they want to do. Because there really are so many.
Hast du gesehen, der hat den hochgehoben und einfach mal so eine Holzpalette durchgeschmissen.
The green X's on characters,
right.
and that's kind of through your talents you can unlock this kind of cursing mechanic.
Ja, aber ohne Game Sound fehlt doch relativ viel.
Different characters on the battlefield. That way, as you get as you're cursing different.
Ja, dann kannst du ihn doch auch mal knuddeln. Moin, oder? Wenn du ihn so lieb hast.
Which is the insta-kill. But if you curse everyone before you insta-kill this one guy, they can all drop dead for that kind of ultimate Voldemort fantasy. And so
Oh my god.
there are dark arts fantasies. There's fantasies about being more of a defense against the dark arts characters, things like that misty step that you see occasionally being used on the battlefield. And
Also
you can
da
also
muss man
spec
vielleicht ein
into
bisschen Angst haben,
potions
dass
and
es
plants to make them more
Kampfsystem
powerful and
relativ
more
monoton wird,
efficacious.
ne?
So it's all about which type of player you feel like you are and whether or not you want to play with prep, on the fly, or with deliberation, and those are all different options.
That is so cool because like it's like I see so much like going on the screen, just so much complexity, and I want to just try it myself, like which style works best. I mean, I feel like it's the dark arts.
Ich mich auch.
But
You're
that
our
ancient
audience.
magic, to be
12
honest,
glaube ich
is,
jetzt
much
bald
more
nicht.
powerful than just the dark arts.
Yeah.
Außer es gibt so
And
eine
speaking of
Option, um
planes
wieder
and potions, we're
irgendwelchen
going to be putting the dark arts away,
Stuff
those
auszuschalten.
unforgivable curses away, and heading to the Room of Requirement, which is your home within
Jetzt
Hogwarts,
zeigt uns
a
mal Hogwarts.
personalizable space that actually has some utility as well, where you get to brew things and grow things, and also care for some beasts. All right, Andrew's got us in the Room
Irgendwie
of
klingt das falsch, Zudi,
wearing,
was du
we
da
kind
sagst.
of went casual mode on the outfit here, wearing a
jetzt
nice
so.
jumper. And I think that's a good jumping off point for the personalization of the space as well, not just your character and the visuals.
Also
of
auf
the
das freue ich mich halt
character,
am
but
meisten, die
actually the
detaillierte
spaces
Darstellung
that
von Hogwarts
you
selber.
can make your own.
Yeah, it was super important to us that this space really did feel like your reflection as a wizard. So you can change the architecture in
Du kannst
here.
angeblich mit fast allen Sachen.
Different themes throughout, starkly
Was
different
meinst du, Moin?
themes, to really just hammer home that this is yours. You
Oh
can
my
change-
god, what? This is beautiful. We never
Mit Lego
expected
baue ich
it
das
to
nach,
be.
genau.
That's the thing is not only can you change the
Dana, das
architecture here,
spielt
you can actually
200 oder
conjure
300 Jahre
objects,
vor Harry Potter.
into this space, as you can see. So there's like statues that you can do, and ornaments, and tables, and rugs, and just a bunch of little things that really flesh out the space and bring it to life.
Oh my goodness, because like we had an idea that those places where you brew stuff, that's where you can change, but you can do all of this. Where do you even get this stuff? Like there's a furniture store?
Yeah, so we call them conjurations. And the conjuration recipes can be purchased at Tomes and Scrolls in Hogsmeade.
Also das
but
kannte ich bis jetzt
also
noch
as
gar
you
nicht.
engage in different types of gameplay throughout the world, you'll be rewarded with different objects.
That's so cool. And you change
Happy Potter?
color?
You can change the color, you can change the size of it, and you can place it
Hmm.
basically anywhere.
Oh my god, it's so tiny. It's like for Baby Niffler.
And I love how the
Baby
system
Niffler.
too is designed. It's not mechanical; it's immersive, and so you get the magical effect of conjuring it in, and you're actually doing this in the world as your character. But the way you've blended like that gameplay with the immersive design of personalizing
Oh
the
my
space.
god, like, and I love the animation, how it like appears, you know, like it's not just like there, it's like it almost like it apparates.
It is really
Also
quite
sie
beautiful.
lassen
and
hier
that was the
wirklich
thing, is we wanted
extrem
that to
viel
look
selbst machen.
really nice because the magic in the Wizarding world is everywhere. It's physical,
Die
it's
Frisur?
kinetic, and it's whimsical.
Du meinst
We
doch bestimmt
wanted
meine
to nail
Frisur,
that
oder?
whimsy in the space. Another thing that I wanted to discuss is that not only can you like
Danke
conjure
dir,
things and
Zodi.
you can change their look, but you can do that with
Hab
the
heute extra
utility
eine halbe
items
Stunde
as
im
well.
Bad
So you can
verbracht
see
vorher,
the
damit ich gut
planting
ausschaue für
pots
euch.
and potion stations, and you can change the look of those as well. And these are the areas where, as we had mentioned previously, you'll be growing your plants, you'll be brewing your potions.
Right.
So while you're also doing these like kind of nurturing based activities, this is also the space where you would bring your gear to be identified and gear to have like
Ach,
prints on it, which I believe
Unverschämtheit,
that
wo habe ich Platte?
Yeah, we keep
Dana,
looking at
der
the
sagt böse
appearance
Sachen
and-
zu
and
mir.
How it looks, and on a, like in the game, you can look like anything you want to whenever you want to. But the player will be finding different types of gear, that we call it, as you progress through the game. And essentially, we just know that that clothes and different
moin.
items in the Wizarding world can have different magical properties. And as you explore and as you
Du
adventure,
kannst dir deine
as you
eigenen
defeat
Klamotten
enemies,
machen.
you're going to be finding different pieces of gear that have different abilities.
Und die
And
haben
that
Einfluss
can
drauf
help you in
auf
your journey and
Zauberschaden
are a
etc.
major part of
Interessant.
you kind of growing as a wizard and advancing as a wizard.
Oh,
And so,
there's a huge list.
and not all the time, whenever you get a new piece of gear, you don't necessarily know exactly what it does.
Ich hab dich auch
And
lieb,
so
Zuri.
there's a station inside of the room of
Sehr lieb.
requirement that you can conjure. It's one of the first things you conjure, called an identification station, where you can actually bring that gear that you're uncertain about and learn what its abilities are.
Dana, du bist die
And
Schwertgroßmeisterin.
then as the
Du hast hier
space
den Zug
advances even
dahinter.
further, and the space will eventually grow its own rooms, and you're going to get new recipes. You know, like Mackenzie's talking about, all these different things keep expanding, and as it expands, eventually you're going to earn what we see here, which is called a loom. And when you set up a loom, it's an ability to essentially customize exactly.
Ja, das wäre vielleicht ein bisschen
properties
hart, meinst du
on your
nicht?
gear and take any piece of gear and adjust its properties and to tweak what it does. And I mentioned earlier that you can make anything look like anything. The collection of appearances, we call it.
Dana ist
or,
Elite-Schwertmeisterin,
cosmetics we've been
genau.
referring to it in this stream. Those types of things you can use, and you can apply a look to any other.
Auf was hast du die
other
Timeouts
looks.
überhaupt
If you get
eingestellt
a
gehabt,
piece of
moin?
gear, you put it on, you look like that, but you can change it to look like whatever you want.
That's so cool. And like you can just put some ability to this sweater, but then you can just swap
Yeah.
that ability.
Okay,
And
also keinen
appearances
festen
you can
vergeben.
edit whenever you want in the gear screen. The loom is specifically about applying traits and applying.
Also wenn das jetzt alles wirklich so gut funktioniert in dem Spiel, wie man es jetzt hier sieht, dann bin ich eigentlich ganz zufrieden damit, dass das Spiel da zweimal verschoben haben. Also es ist schon deutlich tiefer, als ich erwartet habe.
Interesting. I'm just seeing that there's
Mackie!
just, like, pumpkin fur, moon
Ja, Mackie, grüß dich, hi. Alles klar bei dir?
Yeah, and so you'll notice that the ingredients that are used to add traits and to upgrade your gear are based around beasts. So this is where we get into the beast care section, which is inside this
Nicht ich, Zuri.
Mario.
Das ist die kleine gemeine Stimme im Hintergrund.
Idea. And so you can see here
Ja,
we have a
schön,
couple
dass du
of
mal wieder da
beasts
bist.
now, like a Grabhorn and a mooncalf and a niffler and a Kneasel as well. So
Oh my
quite a
God.
variety.
Moin, schmeiß mal ein paar Shotarts bitte raus hier für Mackie, für Just Gaming.
Oh my god, they're together. Oh, that's so cute.
Oh, schau
They're
mal.
adorable. And so part of beast care is petting them as well, but feeding them too. And so once you do those things, that's when they feel safe enough.
Oh, ja.
They'll give you their
Dana ist schneller am Schwert als du.
Fur, niffler fur, etc. That can then be used in your gear.
That is like so like intuitive because like you know that makes sense because when you touch
Heute
the
ohne
animals,
Cap.
you get some
Stimmt.
fur leftovers. That's so. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Stimmt,
we really
jetzt wo du
wanna hammer home
sagst,
the fact that this is
eigentlich
like a home that
für
you're making
dieses
for
Game
them. So
müsste ich
in
genau
the
diese
overland,
Cap
you can
aufsetzen.
find these beast dens, and
Einmal mit Profis arbeiten,
Part
ne?
of doing so is brushing them and feeding them food as well, and to build that relationship with your beasts. In addition to be able to care for beasts, you can actually conjure things in this space as well.
The house, the cottage.
Yeah.
Mackie, wann sehen wir dich mal wieder auf
So we
Stream?
have, like,
Erzähl
a lot
mal.
of little ornaments in this area, and a lot of them are purely cosmetic, but they look really cool. Again, it's the personalization of this space.
Oh my goodness.
Der
No,
sonst
this
vor der
is like,
Cam sitzt.
I'm gonna spend 8
Morgen Abend, ja, sehr schön.
hours just designing this whole area.
Ja, schau mal die
This is
Katze
like, cool.
an.
It's like you have this little play area, like a personalized fish tank, so to say, just for the creatures. I love it.
Yeah, no, totally. And there's like a decoration aspect, but there's also
Also man
we were
kann
saying
in der
inside,
Welt frei
as
die
well,
Dekoration
there's a
auch einfach
utility-
ändern.
Utility aspect to it too.
Was sagst
So,
du?
As you progress in the game and you're able to purchase more conjurations, you're able to speed up your process.
Wo hast du jetzt
So
noch
one of
Olifanten
them, for
gesehen?
example, is the food processor, which allows for the beast in the space to automatically get feed, so you don't have to do it manually.
Ja,
and so you're
es hatte noch nicht mal einen Rüssel gehabt.
building the progression for yourself here.
Nie
in addition,
da.
there's also a toy box.
Wo treibst du dich denn
where you
wieder rum,
can
Dana,
play with your
Mensch?
beasts. You'll see here, yeah. So you can. There's
Seitdem wir
a bunch of toys
DBD
that
Donnerstag
you
eingeführt haben,
can
ist
throw
Dana nicht da.
So as you can imagine, the mooncalf really likes the moon ball, or the Kneasel as like a little cat really likes to chase the yarn ball.
Zuri muss ich dann immer DBD geben für Dana.
Oh my god.
Watching them, it's so cute.
Schau mal den an.
And the big thing we really wanted to hammer home is that the world is a dangerous place, and so by going and rescuing these beasts and bringing them back here,
Den
and
meinst du
caring
jetzt,
for them,
ja?
You're really helping them out. There's poachers in the overland who want to hunt these beasts.
Du,
for
sollst,
material.
du siehst
So
aber schon, dass
instead,
es ein
you're
Schwanz ist und kein
giving
Rüssel,
them
ne?
a home.
Oh my god, this Raphorn is just gigantic. But he looks like my dog. My dog right now, for sure.
Oh,
Naja,
actually name
sehr
them
frei
as well, so
interpretiert.
like your dog.
So getting back into that personalization, you know, yeah, we didn't want you to just like throw in, oh, here's a Graphorn in here. Like,
Achso, du kannst
this
jedem Tier einen
can be
eigenen Namen geben.
named, whatever Andrew's about to name them.
Bruce.
The good name.
You know, we've created this really nice space, and you can get additional vivariums, correct? To different kind of aesthetics.
Du
and
zähmst dir da
looks
also
to
deine eigenen
where
Tiere.
you're keeping your beasts
Deine
and
eigenen
caring for them.
fantastischen Tierwesen.
Progression is a big part of this space as well. So as you progress through the story, you will unlock more vivariums. So as you can see, this one's quite meadow themed, big, open, bright. But there's other ones, say like a swamp that you might encounter. And it's really a visual effect to
Hey, das ist voll
and
heftig,
more
was sie
space
zulassen,
for
in
you.
ihre Welt zu ändern.
Oh, so it's like those. So when we're inside the room requirement, there's like on the left.
Ja, aber nur
there's
fast.
that moon glow from one entrance and then some shrubbery going on the right. Is that what you're talking about?
Yep, that's exactly it.
Ah.
Ganz fast.
Oh, you put trees in here too. Oh my goodness.
And
Oder Dana, es gab doch gestern diese Information für die Streamer und für alle von Twitch. Da habe ich eine Nachricht bekommen, dass ich unter den Top 5 Blende zu Streamern weltweit zähle. Ich habe mich fast weggeschmissen vor Lachen. Unglaublich.
Yeah, everything connects. So as you progress through the missions, you'll expand the space. As you earn resources, you'll go into Hogsmeade and use them
Nicht zu
to
glauben, sowas, oder?
unlock the gameplay here and unlock new conjurations and different things to play around
Ja,
with in the
ja,
open
kann doch nur
world.
so sein.
It's in those different environments, like the different combat and conflicts and bandit camps and different things like that exist.
Ja,
in the
Mackie, ich habe dir
overland.
den Rang
Those
abgelaufen.
things are what hold
Top
recipes
5
that
weltweit
exist
der
in the loom.
Blende zu Streamer.
So, all these things have a way of connecting.
Ich bin
even
in einem
so,
erlesenen
the
Kreis stand da.
resource that we use to conjure everything that's found throughout the world. Forgeables are used for recipes. So really everything's like a cycle and keeps you coming back.
But even with the story that's being told too, I think people know who Poppy is and that she has a particular affinity for beasts.
Yeah, I mean, I think everything we're seeing here, you're going to be venturing out into the world,
Yeah.
and this is just kind of the tip of the iceberg, even of kind of like your interactions with beasts in that narrative. So
Crazy.
bringing up Poppy, there are more kind of mysteries to discover and things to discover out in the world that have to do with her and that have to do with caring for beasts. And so different characters have their own stuff.
Ja, ich habe nicht gesagt wissen.
that-
Ich habe nur
that just
gesagt
kind of
streamen.
make this all just kind of like the beginning of your journey.
Well, we could spend hours in here, but we're gonna have to end the stream now. What do you think about what you've seen today?
I mean, I'm just so blown away by how beautiful it looks. The open world seems so.
Nee, da bin ich
detailed.
unter,
There's so many
da
things
bin ich
to do,
wahrscheinlich
like the
auf
combat.
Platz
We're gonna
1
we're gonna
danach.
spend like 2 weeks or more just breaking it down by pieces. There's just so much to this world. Like, I'm so happy you guys did this overall gameplay.
And that's just the tip
Naja.
of the iceberg. We've
Also
got more for you to
nicht
discover and
absichtlich
find
zumindest
on your
mal,
own.
nicht absichtlich.
Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching. Hogwarts Legacy
Der Fuchs
is
nicht.
available for pre-order now. It releases February 10th with 72-hour early access for owners of the Collector's, Deluxe, and Digital Deluxe Edition. We're gonna wrap things up, but first we've got a little surprise for you. Bye.
Ja, Moment, so die. Wenn der einfach aus der Luke rausfällt, da kann ich doch nichts dafür. So, das ist Slytherin. Oh. Ja genau, also diese Version hier holen wir uns, die Deluxe Edition. Und sie bleibt auf 10. Februar, Gott sei Dank. So, das war's schon. Die war aber extrem kurz. Ich habe es echt gemeint gehabt, diese Premiere läuft ein bisschen länger als eine halbe Stunde. Es war doch nur einer oder zwei. Vielleicht auch drei. Ja, das war's schon mit der Preview. War eigentlich ganz interessant für die Leute, die Interesse an dem Spiel haben. Jetzt wollten wir ja eigentlich Just Gaming raiden, aber Just Gaming ist noch gar nicht da. Was ist da los?